Shalom world, Testing here. By me living in the free state of Florida, I've had a chance to really think about about the whole "don't talk to my children about sex, you pedophile" bill. And I've heard quite a few people ask, what's the point? What's the purpose? Because a lot of the times they're not even really trying to have sex with them. They just want to, talk to them about their genders and stuff like that. And it made me think about this story here. This the Genesis 19, 1 through I believe 15 is a story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, of course, everyone knows that the city burns. But what I really want to talk about is the fact that how the people acted, the not just they were homosexual, but the fact that, well, if you look in verse 14:4, it talks about how, the the whole city, both young and old, came to Lot's home. Now, if you don't know, Lot was visited by two angels, and angels can take the form of men. So they may not even known that they were angels. But they went to Lot's house and they said that they wanted the men to come out. Now Lot pleaded with them, even to the point of he offered up his two daughters, to them, but they wanted nothing to do with them. They wanted these men. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the revolution of the LGBT community, how they started out just wanting to be left alone, you know, and everyone agreed to that. And then they went from wanting to be left alone to being married. So it's like, a lot of Christians were upset about it, and I personally didn't care because the institution of marriage was no longer, in my eyes, a Christian thing, because I mean, going to church and saying your vows in front of the pastor is just a formality. The real marriage begins once you go to the courthouse. So it's a state thing anyway. It's just, the Most High has kind of been, well, not kind of, he's been removed altogether. So it really had nothing to do with Christianity. It really has nothing to do with the Most High. So I really didn't care one way or the other. But I remember, like, okay, they want to get married, then they want tolerance. They want us to tolerate them. So it's like, okay, we tolerate you. You gay, whatever. Just be gay in your own time. But now it's turned from tolerance to acceptance, to the point to where if you don't want to actively pursue them, or accept their advances, they want to call you all kind of names, and they want to label you all kind of things, instead of respecting that you're not that way. And they understand the older generations are kind of stuck in their ways. We are who we are, and that programming that they have on television is not going to really affect us too much. But who it will affect is the children. So they're trying to change the culture. They're attempting to change our country within the next 10, 15 years. I mean, that's how it's been happening. It's been 10, 20-year increments. A lot of us just haven't been paying any attention. But I'm starting to notice, well, I've been noticing, it's just, talking on the internet is kind of a weird thing to me. I'm used to faces. I hate talking to this dang on machine. But if it gets the message out here, I will do my best. this is a war, people. This is a war. The word says that we're at war with principalities and high places, and it's a cultural war. They're changing words and meaning of them to issue out confusion. And this is a battle that I am willing to fight. I would die on this hill because not only are our children at stake, but it's much more than that. And I'm going to do a 3-part series on what the agenda of the LGBT program. And I just let the phone cut off. Excuse me about that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have more to say on this. But right now, I just want you to understand that this is not new. There's nothing new up under the sun. And shalom.